Before you refresh your bank account again, take a breath and listen closely because the final January Social Security deposits are moving through the system right now, and one small detail can explain why yours hasn't shown up yet. If you've been checking your balance, staring at pending, or seeing nothing at all and wondering whether something changed or went wrong, you're not alone. And most importantly, a delay on the screen does not automatically mean a problem with your benefits. This matters because for many people, this money isn't optional. It's rent, utilities, groceries, insulin, heart medication, gas for appointments, and the monthly costs that don't wait. When a deposit feels late, the worry doesn't stay in your bank app. It spills into your sleep, your appetite, and the constant mental math of how to stretch what's left. So let's replace fear with clarity and walk through what's normal, what's not, and what to do if your deposit still isn't visible. Here's the most important truth to hold on to right from the start. If your deposit is delayed, pending, or not visible yet, that does not mean you did anything wrong. It does not automatically mean your benefit was cut, suspended, or denied. Most of the time, delays are mechanical. They come from processing windows, batch releases, bank posting schedules, and timing inside systems that you cannot see. It's not a personal judgment. It's not a mistake you caused. It's usually just timing. To understand why, you need to know the difference between when the government sends your money and when your bank lets you touch it. Those are two separate events. People often assume Social Security presses a button and money instantly appears in their checking account. That's not how it works. Your payment moves through layers of systems, and each layer has its own schedule. First, Social Security calculates your payment based on your category and record. That includes retirement, disability, survivors, and other benefit types, plus deductions such as Medicare premiums or other authorized withholdings in certain cases. Then Social Security sends a payment instruction file to the United States Treasury. That file is basically a formal message saying, send this amount to this person at this bank on this settlement date. After that, the Treasury releases payments in massive batches across the banking network. Only then does your bank or credit union receive the incoming file, validate it, process it, and decide when it will post it to your account. And here's the detail that explains almost everything. The Treasury's send time is not the same as your bank's release time. Two people can be paid from the same benefit program, on the same schedule, for the same amount, and still see the deposit appear at different times. One bank posts at midnight, another posts near dawn, another posts mid-morning, another posts after lunch. Some institutions show it as pending first, while others show nothing until it's fully posted. Same money, same entitlement, different internal clocks. This is why it's dangerous to compare your screen to someone else's and assume the worst. You might hear, my neighbor already got paid, or my cousin's deposit posted earlier, and your mind instantly goes to fear. But in many cases, it simply means their bank unlocked the door before yours did. Think of the Treasury as the delivery truck and your bank as the front door. The truck can arrive at the building, but you can't get your package until the door opens. The arrival can be real even when your app still looks empty. For the late January payment wave, many people involved are those on the regular Social Security schedule for retirement benefits, disability insurance, survivors benefits, and related categories that fall into the later month payment timing. This often includes retirement beneficiaries, SSDI recipients, widow and survivor benefits, disabled adult child beneficiaries, people paid through representative payees, and many cases where someone has a mix of entitlements. These are routine, scheduled payments, finishing the month's normal cycle, not a bonus, not a stimulus, and not an extra program. At the same time, it's important not to mix programs that follow different calendars. Supplemental security income often follows its own schedule and can shift when the first of the month lands on a weekend or holiday. Veterans' benefits can move through Treasury systems too, but they have their own timetable. Food assistance deposits are typically managed by states and vary by location. Railroad retirement has separate administration as well. When people blend all of these into one rumor, panic spreads fast, even though nothing unusual is happening. Another thing that causes confusion is what you see versus what is happening behind the scenes. Some banks display incoming deposits as pending early. Others don't show anything until the funds are fully posted. Some banks run one posting cycle daily. Others run multiple cycles. Credit unions sometimes release early, while large banks sometimes wait for settlement. Weekends can slow posting. Maintenance windows can delay updates. None of that automatically signals a problem with your eligibility. Let's make it real with a simple example. Imagine someone living on survivor benefits who expects the deposit early in the day. They wake up, check the account, and see nothing. Then they check again mid-morning, still nothing. By that point, the mind starts racing. Maybe a letter was missed, maybe something was suspended, maybe they made a mistake. But then the deposit posts near midday because the credit union's processing window ran later than usual. Same benefit, same eligibility, same amount, different posting time. The system shifted. The person didn't fail. It also helps to remember that the amount that lands in your account can be different from the headline benefit number people throw around. Many beneficiaries have Medicare Part B premiums deducted automatically, and some have Part D deductions, garnishments, overpayment recoveries, or other authorized withholdings depending on individual circumstances. So when you check your deposit, compare it to your expected net amount, not a general number you heard someone mention online. A difference does not automatically mean your benefit was reduced. Sometimes it means a deduction processed the same cycle. Now, if your payment still hasn't shown up, here's a calm, practical approach that protects you from unnecessary stress. First, count business days, not just calendar days. Banks and Treasury systems run on business schedules. Second, check whether your bank shows incoming deposits in a pending area or a separate section, because some institutions hide it until it posts. Third, confirm your direct deposit information hasn't changed. If you use an online Social Security account, verify that the routing and account numbers are correct and that you haven't recently switched banks or account types. Fourth, think about whether you received any notices about deductions, reviews, or changes. Most people won't have these, but it's worth remembering that official mail is the place where real changes appear. If you do call someone, call the right place. Do not respond to random texts, calls, or messages claiming they can release your Social Security deposit. No legitimate government agency will demand gift cards, wire transfers, cryptocurrency, or threaten arrest over the phone. They will not pressure you to act instantly. Anyone who does that is a scammer. Hang up. If you need to talk to your bank, ask a simple question: whether an incoming automated clearinghouse deposit file has been received, and when your institution posts government deposits. If you need to talk to Social Security, use the official number or your local office. A good rule of thumb is to give the standard processing window time to work before assuming something is wrong. If your deposit has not appeared after several normal posting opportunities and a few full business days have passed, then it becomes reasonable to contact Social Security to ask whether the Treasury released the payment and whether it was accepted by your bank. When you call, have your identifying information ready, along with your bank name, your usual deposit timing, and the amount you received last month. That helps them locate the correct record faster. If money is extremely tight, remember there may be local supports that help bridge the gap while you wait. Medicare savings programs can help eligible beneficiaries with premiums, and local aging agencies can point you toward emergency assistance, utility programs, and benefit screening. None of that replaces your earned benefit, but it can reduce the pressure when timing issues stack on top of real life. The main point to carry with you today is this: the late January Social Security payment wave is moving through the banking system. Treasury sends in batches. Banks release on their own schedules. Timing differences are common and usually mechanical, not personal. Most of the time, if your deposit isn't visible yet, it's because your bank's door hasn't opened, not because your benefit disappeared. You earned these benefits through work, through disability coverage, through survival and sacrifice, and through the rules you followed for years. You deserve clear information and steady guidance, not panic and rumors. If you're comfortable, share whether your deposit shows as pending, posted, or still waiting. because that kind of update often calms someone else who feels alone while they're staring at the same screen. And no matter what, please remember this. A delay on the app is not a verdict on you. It's usually just the system catching up to the moment you need it most.